Snow White. Previously. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a kind and beloved little girl named Snow White.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Thou queen, as fair as you may be, Snow White is far lovelier than thee.
Excuse me?
The queen ordered her servants to bring the hunter to her.
I'm assigning you a very important task. You must take Snow White into the forest and kill her. As a reward, you'll receive a hefty coin purse.
And now. Meanwhile, Snow White realized the hunter was nowhere to be found.
Oh my! Has something happened to the hunter? I sure do hope he's okay. But what am I supposed to do now? I've never ventured this deep into the forest before. How am I supposed to find my way back?
Snow White soon spotted a small path and decided to see where it led. The forest grew denser and darker, which made Snow White feel uneasy. But before fear could completely engulf her, she stumbled upon a small clearing, in the middle of which stood a charming cottage.
Oh my! It looks like somebody lives in this forest. Who might that be?
Curious, Snow White knocked on the door, then quietly entered.
Perhaps they left to fetch some water.
Snow White decided to wait for them to return.
Oh my, this place is so messy.
She exclaimed.
Dirty dishes, scattered clothes, dust everywhere.
Snow White frowned and shook her head.
I know. I'll clean the whole house. Maybe then they'll allow me to stay,
thought Snow White. Snow White quickly got to work and fixed the place up in no time. She sang as she cleaned and was joined by birds, bunnies, and many other animals. A little while later, someone entered the now quiet and tidy cottage. Dwarfs, 7 of them.
What is this?
One of them exclaimed.
Why is it so clean in here?
He said suspiciously.
Someone's been in our house,
said the second dwarf. They rushed to the bedroom, only to find a dark-haired girl asleep in their beds.
Who's that on my bed? Maybe we should gently
Wake up, intruder,
yelled out the third dwarf, called Rusty.
Wake up and explain yourself,
demanded Rusty. Snow White rubbed her eyes and smiled at them.
So you're the ones who live here.
Everyone made introductions.
I have nowhere else to go. May I stay here a while? I'll cook and clean in return.
Our place is always clean.
Well, I, for one, quite enjoy the smell of this freshly washed shirt,
exclaimed the dwarf known as Mary. After a bit of back and forth, the dwarves allowed Snow White to stay. And so, Snow White took care of the cottage and prepared delicious meals. One day, she asked them,
Do any of you know how to cook?
Rusty makes the best pancakes in the world,
exclaimed Mary without hesitation. Rusty, whom Snow White had not yet won over, gave Mary a stern look. But it was too late.
Oh, well in that case, Rusty's in charge of the dessert.
Rusty reluctantly got to work, angrily muttering to himself the whole time.
I'll show him bloody dessert and get going with this. No way a woman comes into my house.
Snow White stood by his side and watched his every step with genuine curiosity. She could hardly wait to taste one.
This is the best pancake I've ever had.
And that is how Snow White had finally won over Rusty as well. Snow White saw the dwarves off to work each day. Sometimes she was strict, bringing order to their home.
Now that I've finally sorted everything out, each and every one of you has to do chores. All of you will take care of different things. You can't go back to living the way you did.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really happy Snow White came to us,
said Mary, one day when they were off to work.
Me too!
Me too, grumbled the other dwarfs, even Rusty. Snow White was happy as well. She grew various vegetables and rejoiced in every carrot and onion she harvested.
Maybe the dwarfs will surprise me with a delicious vegetable stew.
She took care of the laundry, dusted, and did everything else through song and dance.
Do you guys also think that these dwarfs are as lovely as can be?
She asked the birds, who chirped in agreement. Meanwhile, in a faraway castle, Snow White's stepmother finally decided to glue the mirror back together. She desperately wanted to hear it say that she was the fairest of them all.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Thou, Queen, are quite beautiful. However, Snow White is still far lovelier than thee.
The queen's fury knew no bounds. The sky opened up once again.
I'll teach that lying hunter a lesson. But first, I have to get rid of that insolent girl myself. Is there really nobody reliable in this kingdom?
Said the evil queen.
I'll disguise myself as an old woman and give her a poisoned apple. As soon as she takes a bite, she'll fall into eternal slumber.
The queen was determined.
She always had a soft spot for helpless creatures, poor thing. That'll be her downfall.
And so, the tall, slender witch skillfully disguised herself as a hunchbacked old woman. The only way anyone would recognize her was by the wart on her nose. Someone less naive than Snow White, that is. To be continued.